Hi there, and welcome to this week's edition of Top End Track Talk. I'm Andrew O'Toole, and today we'll be having a look at this coming Saturday's six-race card from Fanny Bay here in Darwin, which will be the 12th of September. This meeting is the third successive fixture in the top end, and following Saturday, Darwin Racing has a bit of a hiatus for some 3 weeks for some much needed maintenance works that are carried out on the track in advance of the wet season rains. Even though we have 6 races on Saturday and 37 acceptors, the fields are a little bit on the light side, but it doesn't make it any easier to find a winner. This Saturday's opener, the Christmas Functions Handicap, is a 0 to 58 and it's over 1,300 metres. It gets underway at the mid-afternoon time of 2:26 p.m, and in the first, my numbers are 2, 3 and 4. Going here with the consistent number 2 Bonnier from the very much in form Phil Cole's stable. Phil had a double here last Friday and he puts the polish on this one. Wayne Davis in the saddle. He's going great guns, leading the premiership at this early stage. And Bonnier's last start was on the 29th of August, finished third behind My Tradition. My Tradition came out and won again last week. So the form's solid around number 2 Bonnier, and I've got him on top. Ahead of last week's winner, Mint on Mosley, trained by Emma Steele and Stan Sakos. Great to see Stan riding with some success here. He had 3 winners last Friday here. And as I say, he's a real asset to the riding ranks in the top end and also in the red centre. Mint on Mosley was good the other day, winning in benchmark 54 grade. This is really no tougher, this 0 to 58 and 1,200 metres. He steps up 100 metres this week, but sure to be hard to beat again. And in for third, number 4, Kowloon Kid. Broke through to win his maiden about 4 starts ago in mid-June. Hasn't really set the world on fire since for trainer Gary Clark and Kim Gladwin. But I didn't mind his run the other day behind Mint on Mosley. Wasn't beaten far into 5th place. Those numbers in the first, 2, 3 and 4. Race 2 is the Darwin Turf Club Membership Handicap, a benchmark 76, our highest rated race of the day, and this one over 1,200 metres. Only a little field of 5 here to face the starter, but not the easiest race to work out, although I'm going 1, 4 and 2. He's racing really well is KRONOS. He's won his last 2. And of course, won here on the 29th of August in the race dedicated to the late Melanie Tyndall. Wayne Davis aboard again for Phil Cole. The boys could be in for a good day again. And KRONOS, the 1,000 metres that he normally contests. He's a bit of a short course specialist. He steps up to the 1,200 this time. That's probably the only question, but he has won twice at the trip, and I think he'll be too good for these. One on top. To beat number 4, Vernavalu, the stable mate. He was disappointing last time out here on the 4th of September. Alice Lindsay goes aboard, obviously trained by Phil Cole. He'd won his previous 2 starts, so we'll just take that last run as a bit of an aberration and look to him to get back to his best. And in for third, number 2, Dawn Raid. Went down last week after a great battle with Smuggling. That was in the average benchmark race. Really good effort on that occasion. Emma Steele trains. Jared Todd retains the ride, and he'll surely be hard to beat again. 1, 4 and 2 in the second. The third's the Melbourne Cup package is on sale now. Handicap won't be long till that first Tuesday in November. And this event, the Class 2 over 1,200. My numbers here are 1, 5 and 2. Been waiting for this horse to come out again. He's only had the 1 start in Darwin, number 1, Lanagira. Jared Todd rides for Gary Clark. Super impressive winning here on day 2 of the Carnival. That was over 1,100 metres in 3-year-old company. He drew the outside on that occasion and won really impressively, beating Defence Attorney. He's drawn the outside again. Stepping up and trip to the 1,200 is my only query around him, and he's got 63.5 kilograms, so that's a good horse's weight, but I think he is a horse with real ability, and I'm prepared to take the risk and put him on top. 1 Lanagira for me, ahead of the very impressive last week winner in She Shines Bright, trained by Paddy Johnson. Not Stan Sakos, he won on last week. Alice Lindsay takes them out this week and won impressively by over 6 lengths. That was in maiden grade, so stepping up to the Class 2 this time, a good deal tougher, and there were no Lanagiras in the race he won last week, but I've got him in to run second. And in for third, Crazy Lad. And he had the 3 starts for Gary Lafoe, and Paul Shires takes the mount. A win and 2 seconds is his form line, and his last start second was behind the subsequent Guineas winner in Autocratic. So you've got to have him right in the mix. 1, 5 and 2 in race 3. Race 4 is the Spring Carnival racing at the Bay Handicap, and a good number of meetings during the Spring Carnival here. We race, I think, on Caulfield Cup Day, also Everest Day and Cox Plate Day, as well as, of course, on Melbourne Cup Day. So some good racing to look forward to here at Fanny Bay during the Spring Carnival in Victoria. Numbers in the fourth, the 64 over 1100, 5, 1 and 2 for me. I'm going here with the last start winner, Papalette, trained by Gary Clark, Kim Gladwin in the saddle. Only had the 2 starts in Darwin and did a very good job winning last time out. Showed plenty of pace on that occasion, was too strong for extolment, winning by 3 1/4 lengths. Can repeat the dose, 5 on top. To beat number 1, Tornado of Souls from the Pete Stennett yard. Vanessa Arnott retains her association with his horse. Ran second last time out behind Hope You Don't Mind, and that was a good performance, so he should race well again. And my third selection, Patriot Day, number 2, the stablemate of Papalette. Jared Todd aboard. Hasn't won for a while. In fact, his last win was way back in January, but consistent type, never goes a bad race, and must be included in your multiples. 5, 1 and 2 in race 4. Getting through them now. Race 5 is a corporate box packages on sale handicap, a 0 to 70. This one over the 1,000 metres, only a 5-horse field, but my numbers are 4, 2 and 1. Hope You Don't Mind, speedy customer, trained by James Bell. Good win last time out. Jared Todd Road retains the mount. That was over this trip in 0 to 64 grade, so up to the 0 to 70, up in grade, down slightly in weight, only half a kilogram, but such was its win last time out. I think it'll be very hard to beat again. 4 on top. To beat number 2, Another Bit, trained by Gary Clark, Kim Gladwin aboard. Good fourth last time out behind KRONOS. That was a stronger field than this, so dropping back in grade must be hard to beat. And in for third, number 1, the Fresh Runner, Windsor Cup, also trained by James Bell. Stan Sakos aboard, hasn't raced since January, but has won its last 2 starts. 4, 2 and 1 in race 5. And the last, the Top End Racing Awards handicap. Top End Racing Awards set down for Friday the 9th of October. Always a good night to honour our best and fairest, I suppose you'd say, here in the Top End. This one's over the 1,000 metres as well, 0 to 58 event, an 8-horse field here. I'm going for one here at hopefully a bit of odds. Number 8, Snippy Skippy, trained by Chris Pollard. Chris has had a good bit of success lately with My Tradition, and I think can continue his good run with Snippy Skippy. Barry Huppett's aboard. Good to see Baz back riding after a couple of weeks off after a slight mishap in track work. Snippy Skippy was a really good run during the carnival. Last start over the 1,000 behind Hustle and Humph. That was in this grade, but Hustle and Humph's a pretty handy conveyance, and I thought Snippy Skippy at the 1,000 metres, drawn 2, will go to the front and take a lot of catching. So we're going for number 8 on top. To beat number 3 here, the newcomer Light and Dark from the Jason Manning stable. Vanessa Arnott, of course, in the saddle. This one is still a maiden, but it's got some pretty decent form. 4th at Hawkesbury, 3rd at Newcastle, 3rd at Gosford, 4th at Goulburn. To my mind, that's good enough to be very competitive in a race like this in the Top End. Got it in to run second, first start on the track, and in for third, number 4, Extolment. Second the other day behind Papalette was a good run, Emma Steele and Stan Sakos, the combo. 8, 3 and 4 in the last. Best bet of the day comes up in race 2, number 1, KRONOS. He's really going well, this horse. The 1,200 metres shouldn't hold any fears from him. He's won twice from 10 starts over this trip, and the Cole stable really on fire. So race 2, number 1, KRONOS. Well, my best roughies, my on-topper in the last. Number 8, Snippy Skippy. Race 6, number 8, Snippy Skippy. Well, that wraps up this edition of a Top End Track Talk, and as mentioned earlier, we take a 3-week break now before we come back to you for our first meeting back in October, and that's Saturday the 3rd of October. But in the meantime, good luck and good punting.